Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast. My name is Coach Scott. I'll be your host today. It is Monday, May 10th. Hope you guys had a great weekend. What an amazing start to the Ordinary Marathon. Man, watching you guys getting out there and running, I don't even know if I saw everyone's post. I tried to like as many as I could. Sometimes Facebook hides stuff. I don't know why. But I'm terrible with social media, but I'm doing my best. I saw a lot of you guys out there doing some incredible things. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. Obviously, we started the race with our Midnight Madness Mile. We had a bunch of people show up. Thank you guys for showing up. We had 4 people running on Zwift, on the Zwift platform. Ron Booz, Chantel Sandberg, and Ryan Yarbrough. A bunch of people running the Zwift platform. We had a few people going out and braving the outdoors in the middle of the night, and that was awesome. Awesome to see your pictures. Awesome to see you guys out there and getting it done and getting things kicked off for us. Brian Yarbrough followed that up the next day with a full marathon. Yeah, so laying down the gauntlet for Ron Booz. Those two typically go at it. We might have a few other contenders this year. We're going to see about that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But what we had happen this weekend was just incredible. The miles that you guys laid down were amazing. 3 people running full marathons. Now, I mentioned Brian Yarbrough. He did his marathon earlier in the week. It might have been Friday. It might have been Saturday. I think it was Friday. And then over the weekend, Elena Derzavina, she ran a full marathon too. She's done a few of them, I'm sure. And she was up there with her medal. It was awesome to see. But the one that impressed me most by far was not by far. You guys who ran marathons, I get, you ran a marathon. Give it up to yourself. Sorry, that was a misspeaking by me. But the one that certainly stood out, let's say for me, was Shannon Pierangeli. Shannon ran her first ever 26.2 marathon. First ever 26.2 miles. And man, I just was thinking about that. And I was trying to kind of overlap it to my own personal experience with my first marathon. My first marathon was in New York City. New York City was sort of near and dear to me, that race. It was special to me. I lived a half a block from First Avenue for years, and I used to go and watch. And I used to go and watch the runners. I was in no place in my life that I ever thought that I could possibly be on the other side of the fence. But watching those people run at mile 18 and 19 and just pushing through, I always, every year, would look over there and say, man, I really wish that I would be on that side of the fence instead of this side. And the way these people train is so impressive and so amazing. And watching, 50,000 people run down First Avenue in one day is just an amazing thing. And it was inspiring to me, and that helped inspire me to run the New York City Marathon. That was my first ever marathon. So thinking that I needed, or I used at least, that extra little inspiration of living next to that marathon, of witnessing that marathon, of wanting to be there. And that Shannon was able to just do it without that inspiration, just sort of doing it on her own and choosing our race to do her first ever 26.2. Thank you so much, Shannon. I am honored by that. I think it's a great tribute to what this race has become over the last 4 years, and just an amazing run out there, Shannon. Excellent job. Congratulations. Man, I love it. I think it's great. A bunch of people out there running, 13.1 half marathons over the weekend. I saw Keith Jones doing one. Saw John Marshall doing 13.1. I know Jen Bergstrom did 15 miles, and she's got a big one coming over the next weekend. She's got a 12-hour race, so she's going to be laying down some heavy miles on next Saturday. Man, what an amazing weekend, guys! And not only that, but what I want to say too is it wasn't just the big miles that were put up. There are some folks out there who are just getting back into it. I know Stephanie has run for 3 days straight. She's gotten out and run or walked for 3 days straight, and she hasn't been out there. She hasn't been doing it, but this race has started, and it's kind of, it's flicked a switch, and now she's out there getting things done. We're going to get out there today and do a little bit more too. So it's not only the people who are, have been training for months and training for years and are out there getting big miles in, but it's the inspiration of just kind of getting people to just take their first few steps off that couch and back out and getting those miles in, whether it be walking, whether it be running. Sometimes they're just as important as the people that run the big races. And it's certainly what we want this race to be, and to see it, and it's not only Stephanie. There are other people out there that are kind of doing that. It's great to see. So I want to thank all you guys for just getting out and getting moving and being an inspiration. All of you, from the people going out to walk a mile or just to walk for a little bit, to the people doing 26.2 miles and or more. You guys are all inspiring, and this race is off to an amazing start. We had our opening ceremonies on Saturday. We had a Zoom call. A bunch of people showed up. Thank you guys for showing up. You guys that didn't show up, you should have. We're giving away some stuff. We're out there giving away some stuff, some Thump headphones, some Raw Rev bars. Those will be coming to you guys who showed up for the opening ceremonies. And we talked a lot about the race. I've been working on that tape. It's been a little tough. I haven't really had a lot of time with Mother's Day. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, especially the mothers in our group. I'm going to get in trouble now for leaving that off instead of leading with that. I should have led with that, right? But yeah, we had our opening ceremonies and we talked about the race. We congratulated some of the people that were running big distances and getting out there and getting things done. And talked about the week ahead, because this thing, as much as inspiring as it's been so far, we're only getting started, right? We have another full week here. We have another 7 days. We're 3 days in, and just incredible things happening, and only more to come. Now, you guys are probably looking at the screen going, "My God, Scott, why are you wearing that green shirt?" This is the shirt from last year. Some of you guys probably have it. This is the Ordinary Marathon shirt from last year. Today is Green Monday. Now, Green Monday, some of you guys might know what that is. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I know it's related to mental health awareness. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. Mental health awareness is one of the program ideas that we have that we're trying to put together for the Ordinary Marathoner Foundation, which the Ordinary Marathon goes to benefit. And today I asked Mike Romans, who's kind of spearheading that program, that movement within the foundation. I asked him to kind of come up with a day that would pay tribute to this program that we want. And we sat there talking back and forth, and he said, it is Mental Health Awareness, and they do month, and they do this thing called Green Monday, where everyone wears green just to kind of bring awareness to mental health issues. And I would like to do that. I would like to kind of make Monday Green Monday, pay attention to mental health awareness, and Mike's going to be giving away. So basically what we'd like you to do is wear a green shirt today on your run. I know a lot of you guys probably ran already, but wear a green shirt today on your run. Take a picture of yourself when you're out there doing it. Mike's got a giveaway, a couple of tumbler glasses that he actually purchased himself, and he had made, and he had them customized. Awesome idea, Mike. But we're also asking you to do one more thing today, and that is, aside from getting your run in and wearing green, taking pictures, which will all go to our slideshow, by the way. What we're asking you to do is reach out and call a friend. Just think about a friend that you maybe haven't talked to in a while. And they don't necessarily have to be having a hard time, or you think they're having a hard time, or everyone struggles. It doesn't really have to be someone. You don't necessarily have to make it an uncomfortable thing. But I have a list of people that I'm going to call today. Friends of mine who I haven't talked to in a while, and just check in and just say hi and just have a conversation. And it doesn't have to be anything, you don't have to go prying into some people's. If they don't want to talk, they don't have to talk. But sometimes, we all have friends, and sometimes it's like, oh, I haven't talked to that guy in a while. Well, he hasn't called me, and I haven't called him, and you just let it go, and you let it go, and you let it go, and then you wind up not talking for years. And you might be still good friends, but you don't have that conversation. And I spoke to actually one of the people in our group, and I spoke to over the weekend. I'm having trouble talking here. Hold on. I got to get it together. By the way, Green Monday, I'm drinking out of the green glass today. I got to get the coffee down. This is still my first coffee. I'm behind. But I was speaking to a mother in the group yesterday, and we were talking about the Ordinary Marathon, and she was like, oh, what is this? What is Green Monday Mental Health Awareness about? And I was like, we're just going to ask people to call a friend. And I said, I kind of feel a little weird about it. I feel a little sort of like obnoxious, like, hey, call your friends. Like, I feel like someone's mother, hey, call your friends. And she's like, her daughter was depressed, had clinical depression. And she said, if someone would call her and just talk to her for an hour, it could change her day. Like, it could change her outlook for not only that day, but for days to come. It could do a world of good. It could potentially save a life. Just having a conversation like that. And when I thought of that, and it put it on a personalized level, a personalized level, it was like, maybe this isn't such a bad idea. Maybe this is a pretty darn good idea. And that was kind of when I made my list of a couple people that I wanted to call today, just to reach out to, say hello, see how they're doing, and that's it. Have a conversation if they want. See what they're up to. See what's going on. You never know what you're going to uncover. You never know, what one conversation can kind of help people to kind of lift themselves up and put them in a better place. So we're asking that you just have that conversation that you've been putting off for weeks or months or whatever it may be. Call that person that, hey, maybe you argued the last time, or maybe you said something stupid, or maybe you just were like, I haven't talked to that guy in a while, and so he hasn't called me, right? I do that a lot. Oh, wow, I haven't talked to this person for 2 months. Well, he hasn't called me, so, right, we do that. He hasn't called me, so why should I call him? And it's still good friends, but just, things separate. So make that call today. I think it's a good thing to do, and I think it's a really good. It's a good way to to approach mental health awareness and just make a little bit of an effort. All right, so that's what we're doing today, and I think it's a great idea. Now, we're not going to have a podcast tomorrow, so tomorrow is our Deaf and Hard of Hearing program. That is spearheaded by Aaron Shepard. Aaron's idea was a pretty simple idea. To bring awareness to deaf and hard of hearing issues, especially when it comes to athletics. She's been working on our program for that. And her idea was to go out and on your run, instead of just kind of taking a normal picture of yourself out running, or when you're done with your run and tired, to try to take a picture of yourself doing the American Sign Language sign for running. I'm going to give it to you. Now, I'm not a professional. But I've been working on this, all right? It's like a starter gun, right? It's actually two. So if you take two starter guns and you kind of put them side by side, and then you just wrap your index fingers, both of them, kind of wrap your index finger around the thumb and just tuck in that other index finger. That is run. So what we're looking for you to do is try to take a picture of yourself like that. I realize just now that if you're out on your run by yourself, that might be hard to do. But try to get someone to take your picture, or set the timer if you're that gifted and smart. The other thing you can do is this is race. So this one, you don't get obviously if you're taking a still picture, you don't get the motion of race, but you can kind of just take right? I'm entertaining myself. I'm sorry. You can kind of take a picture like that. And then Wednesday we'll be back with another podcast for you. So we'll just cover Monday and Tuesdays days of the race. We hope you get out there. We hope you take part in the things that we're bringing attention to. This is all, and the best part about it all is that by supporting the Ordinary Marathon and participating in the Ordinary Marathon, it's not just the miles. It's not just the miles that you do for yourself. It's not just the community that you're building for yourself, for one another, which I think is pretty amazing. But this year, your support will go to helping others that you may not even know. People that Aaron's program will help. People that Mike's program will help. Later in the week, we have Scott Fassard with the Autism Awareness Program, or Autism Acceptance Program that he's been doing, running for autism. We have Ron Booz doing our Run for the Fallen on Saturday, our military veterans programs that we intend to start. So we have a lot going on behind the scenes and there. So it's not just your run and just the miles that you put out. And who knows, maybe that thought, when you think about it and you go out and you do your run, and you go out and you think about, hey, normally I'm just out here running by myself, trying to make myself faster, but I'm doing more than that today. Today I'm building a community. Today I'm helping a charity. Today I'm helping someone who I do not even know. And it's true. It's true that you're doing that just by getting out, just by supporting this race and building. And it doesn't, if you think about it this way, someone may watch you post your run this week when you're doing the Ordinary Marathon. Someone may watch you. Someone may say, hey, what's that all about? Especially I always look at the people who are just kind of getting up. People, like Stephanie. Stephanie just kind of getting back into it and getting back out, and how that might inspire someone to do the same thing. to get up and get outside and start walking and start running, and maybe become part of the community. If you become part of the community, maybe you'll be running the race next year. Maybe you'll be helping us build our foundation for years to come. Everything builds on itself. So, you get out there, you work hard, be inspired. Know that you're doing a good thing. And it's not just about yourself. It's not just about your own personal run. You're doing a good thing for other people, whether it be our community, whether it be for the people that will be ultimately beneficiaries of our foundation. And maybe, just maybe, that will help you go an extra mile today or tomorrow or one of the remaining days of the Ordinary Marathon. I thank all of you guys for being a part of this. It's been incredible so far. Look, if you're watching and you want to get involved, this is charity. Registration is still open, ordinarymarathon.com. If you'd like to join us, it's only $10. If you want to add medals and shirts and stuff, we still have some shirts. Don't order a small. Any other size but small right now we have. And I don't want to have to print another one, because if I have to print another one, it's like $25, and that's going to be more. It's going to cost me more than it will cost you. Anyway, again, thank you guys for participating, and we look forward to a great next rest of the week. Let's just put it that way. If you want to help the podcast, all you got to do is go over to patreon.com/ordinarymarathon, become a patron. By becoming a patron, we're gonna say your name on the podcast. We'll honor you on the podcast, and we'll also add you to the scroll that appears at the end of our YouTube video for every one of our podcasts. So we appreciate that support. You guys, the patrons, I got to tell you, you guys pay for the show. You pay for the show. And in the past, that it was us paying for the show. So now we're able to kind of expand and do many other things. And it's, it may seem like a little bit of a, well, A, it's a little bit of a hassle. It's money out of your pocket. I get it. So we pay tribute to that. And B, it's, it's good. It goes to good things. So on that being said, we're going to wrap things up for today. Again, the scroll is going to be at the end of about 3 seconds when we're done, telling you every day is an ordinary day unless you make it extraordinary. So get after it, guys.